Hi, my name is Caroline Turner. Thank you for inviting me to speak today and to share my journey and experiences with you all. I totally agree with Jane. What a privilege to be here today and to experience students firsthand how inspirational they are and truly amazing. I'm the proud mother of 3 children, Amelia 17, Joseph 16 and Madeleine, affectionately known as Maggot 14. We were like any run-of-the-mill family, leading normal day-to-day life until Joseph, my son, contracted what we believed to be a severe cold and headache on the 30th of November 2001. This was eventually diagnosed 2 days later as pneumococcal meningitis with septicemia. Those first few days of hospitalisation are still as vivid in my mind as if they were yesterday. As a mother, I instinctively knew that something was not right. When asked a question, Joseph would reply with a totally inappropriate response. I remember discreetly turning off the volume on his favourite movie, and he continued to watch without a bat an eyelid. And even more heartbreaking, watching him walking up to me at the crack of dawn with his favourite speaking Buzz Lightyear figure and saying, "Mum, this isn't working." The official diagnosis of Joseph's profound hearing loss came as no surprise to me a couple of weeks later, but nothing can prepare you for the official blow and emotions that precede it. From the moment of diagnosis, then ensued several weeks of full-on testing for Joseph's suitability for a cochlear implant. Having never heard or seen of the device before, we were on a quest for as much information as we possibly could. The first thing we did was to contact a support group. This was the best move we made, and if I could give anyone any advice, it would be to do precisely that. Get involved in support groups in every level. Roz here is doing a fantastic support group, amazing information evenings and functions for families to support and participate and share their experiences and support each other. More importantly, giving children with hearing losses the opportunity to interact with other likewise children. Joseph received the gift of his first cochlear implant 6 weeks after his diagnosis. The operation took 5 hours, seeing him in the recovery room and being told by the surgeon that he had managed to get a full insertion of the electrodes into his cochlea was an overwhelming experience. The day eventually came for switch on. We were told not to expect a miracle and that the device was turned on gradually. Secretly, we hoped that Joseph would be an exception to the rule, and miraculously his hearing would be restored and life would return to normal. However, Joseph had very different ideas. He rejected his device and point blank refused to wear it. He was always a determined child, and the battles we endured over the following weeks and I really can laugh about now. But at that time, they were pretty full on, to say the least. I think he threw every toy imaginable at his bedroom door, not to mention throwing the device itself. Thankfully, the body wounds are resilient. I'm really not an advocate of McDonald's and their Happy Meals and toys, but I have to say I have a great deal to be thankful for them, because it proved to be one of the best negotiation tools on the market. The weeks that followed up the switch on are, to be honest, a complete blur. They all merge into one. Constant testing, the high followed by the low, we could see no improvement whatsoever. Joseph was hearing noise, but not responding to speech. We continued to talk to him, but he showed no signs of recognition, until 6 weeks later, out of the blue, a moment I will never ever forget. I was driving the car back from a day out with friends, and I said, "Hey, Joe, what colour are your shoes?" And this little voice pipes out from the back, "Hey, they're blue." And I nearly crashed the car. That was then. "What colour's your coat, Joe?" "Paul's, it's red." He was almost like, "What's the matter with you, mother? Have you gone mad?" Our journey of hearing had now truly begun. We have embarked on an intensive auditory verbal programme and spent every minute of every day we possibly could looking and playing games and looking at picture books, walking around the house, turning on taps, kettles, ringing doorbells. Hearing took on a totally new level. It was fascinating to watch the child, how he would listen to the word, repeat it back, poise and point to the object. The speech therapist said that she had never seen a child or adult lose their speech so rapidly, but likewise regain it so quickly. Within 6 to 9 months of receiving his gift, he was almost age appropriate and beyond in certain aspects of his development. There was no holding the kid back. We learned of a 4-week free program in LA provided by the John Tracy Clinic. The only problem was my husband and I couldn't afford to fly there. His work colleagues learned of our plight and our situation. They clubbed together and paid for us to fly, a massive gesture of compassion and generosity. In short, this was an amazing place which caters for children with severe hearing loss who have hearing aids and cochlear implants. It focuses on rehabilitation for the children and deaf education for the parents. Their attitude to deafness was like a breath of fresh air. We were blessed to be able to participate and learn from their knowledge and understanding. This, for us, was a true turning point. The message for me was so simple, yet so profound. To sum it up, when you're given a disability diagnosis, there comes depression and despondency, such as things will never be the same again. The bar is naturally lowered, and expectations of goals and achievements are in turn compromised. Their positive approach and attitude taught us so much. In those few weeks, they restored our hope and our values. Disability took on a totally different connotation. It was like Mount Everest, a bloody big climb. We have to be focused and determined to achieve our goal of getting to the top, and nothing is going to get in our way. In reality, my husband and I were the obstacles. Joe wasn't in a position to have learned and be part of the negativity associated with disability. In life, it's not about the blows in which we are dealt, it's about the way in which we deal with them. That true grit is something that can't be instilled, it is naturally ingrained. You can't cultivate it or bottle it, it's something that lies beyond. You either have it or you don't, and my kid has it. I don't necessarily believe in God, but I do in a high being, and I'm truly grateful. Time passes extremely quickly. It's now 14 years since Joseph received his first gift of a cochlear implant, and 6 years since we've lived in Australia. We have so much to be thankful for migrating here, since the level of support we have received and continued to receive from this institute on all levels has been truly amazing and second to none. As a result of this support, Joseph leads a normal life. Those that listened to his speech a while back will know he's a passionate rower. He's also a keen debater, listens to music and uses a mobile phone. I shudder to think what his life and ours will be without this amazing piece of technology. Lastly, it's funny how certain things stick in your mind. I distinctly remember having a huge heated debate with the doctor after a couple of days of Joseph's diagnosis of his hearing loss. He told me my child would grow to be stronger and more determined because of his disability, and as a result, he would achieve as much, if not more, in his life. I wish I could have the opportunity to meet up with that man and apologise for my diabolical behaviour on that day, as I would love to tell him how right he was.